another classic out. So today I'm headed up to do another job at the Hawk Off-Road, and as always, got the bug and my toolbox. Today the truck that I'm painting is actually for one of their Amazon Prime show episodes. I think for Amazon this is like the third one if I'm not mistaken. And then of course we did the other TV shows for history a while back. So it's fun. It's cool to get to be a part of that. Even with the narrow beam on here and being lowered, she still drives so well. It kind of blows my mind doing 65 down the interstate and it's smooth as ever. It's awesome. Look at all those little white spots. There's sheep out there. Look closely, they're moving. So today is day 2 of painting up here on the STTC Bumpy Road. Chevy, 55 Chevy pickup truck. I didn't really get to film a whole lot the other day that I was here because the film crew was recording for the TV show, and there's just a lot going on. So I'm going to do a little bit of recording today of me actually working, because it'll be a lot quieter. It was pretty fun doing the recording. They recorded me getting everything set up and doing some paint work, and then they also did an interview portion. They kind of talked about what I was doing on the truck and stuff, so it should be pretty cool to see once it actually comes out. If you have Amazon Prime, be sure to check it out. Kitty. I think this is Catnip. I might have his name confused, but I think he's Catnip. Catnip. Hey, is that you? Come here. What are you doing? This guy's gonna let me get much done today. He wants all the pets. Here's what I did the other day when I was here. I'm gonna finish off the gear today, adding some silver in the center there, and work on the other side of the door. If he'll let me. I'm not gonna lie, this gear right here has been like the death of me. I spent so much time trying to get all of the teeth even and proportionate, and then now the center part, trying to paint a circle is really difficult. I'm not gonna pretend like it's not, and having, I don't know, whatever, there are 7 or 8 there in addition to the other 2. It's been a pain in the you know what. But whenever I'm doing something like this, I'm such a perfectionist that I don't care. I'll sit here for hours tweaking it and tweaking it if I have to. Like whatever I have to do. I got my buddy with me to make it right, because I like can't quit messing with it until I feel really good about it. And I've had this guy. But I'm finally done. Now on to the next side and I get to do it again. He's been hanging out with me. It's Saturday, so as you can tell it's very quiet around here, which is pretty nice. I've got my music going and I just get to focus and try to knock this out. So you'll notice with the block lettering, I have tape on the tops and bottoms of the letters, and the purpose of that is so you can really get a crisp edge, which is really important when you're doing block lettering. I feel like a common misconception with block lettering is that it's easy, but I personally feel it's one of the harder fonts or styles, I guess you could say, to paint, because you have to be very precise and there's very little if no room for forgiveness. So the tape really helps you be able to start and finish your letter with a nice, smooth, crisp edge. And unfortunately I'm painting with black, which is one of my least favorite colors to paint with, because even with reducers and ChromaFlow, it's still a very thick paint to paint with. And so what I'm doing something slightly different for this logo than I would typically do when lettering. I'm going to do the top first and then the bottom, because I'm trying to reduce the brush strokes, if that makes sense, because this paint doesn't always want to lay flat like some of the other colors do, or not flat but smooth, I guess. So this isn't typically how I would do lettering, but for the sake of trying to make it look as best as it can. Sorry, it's hard for me to talk and paint at the same time. I'm doing this so I can get some nice brush strokes, and then I'll have just a line here, because what happens is the paint starts to basically cure, and so when I go down here it'll be one line there versus wherever I stop having brush strokes. It's also pretty warm outside, so that's not helping because the paint's going to dry faster, and I feel like it makes it even more difficult to work with. I'm just trying to smooth out my lines a little bit. I do like brush marks in there because it's painted with a brush, and I feel like it does give it some characteristic, but I don't want too many or too thick. Normally I would do the S, the T, but just for the sake of this paint and the temperature and the logo. Of course, there's a gnat flying around. It's going to end up in the paint. Because this paint is so thick, it doesn't want to flow very well on these corners. This is even a new can. It's not even an old can. I find that it's better the newer it is. Here he comes. He's trying to get my food. I knew it. Not impressed.
All right, all done for the day. Thank you so much for watching. Always appreciate it. Don't forget to leave a comment, click the thumbs up button, and share with your friends. Thanks again.
Pennsylvania country.
I have Amazon